Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason
and Kelly, or not Kelly,
Erik. You know that you're half dwarf, right?
What if
I'm the Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked it a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make them do it.
What's up, guys? It's Steve with Hap Gaming, and welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I am joined by
Erik.
Kelly.
Jason.
and Rick.
This week we watched 1408, directed by Michael Hafstrom. That's what I'm going to go with. Written by
That
Matt.
sounds right.
Yeah. I mean, they had like a weird like symbols and stuff all over it. I think the guy's Norwegian or something because it looked like Norwegian.
Oh,
kinda,
yeah,
stuff.
That's a weird sound. It's
Yeah.
close enough.
Written by Matt Greenberg and Scott Alexander. Starring John Cusack, Samuel L. Jackson, and Mary McCormick. IMDb synopsis: a man who specializes in debunking paranormal occurrences checks into the fabled room 1408 in the Dolphin Hotel. Soon after settling in, he confronts genuine terror. So what do you guys think?
I think when it first started and the first hotel he goes to, that the two people that were at the front desk were creepier than the entire hotel. Well, it wasn't a hotel. It was more of a bed and breakfast, I think. But the wife and husband were super creepy. I'm pretty sure that they killed people.
Like creepier than their whole entire hotel, or like the Hotel Dolphin that he goes to?
Their whole entire hotel.
Okay.
They were way creepier than that top floor room or whatever, which, nothing happened there, so not creepy, but...
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to try to, like, put yourself out there as, like, a creepy place, why don't you guys be creepy, too? Like,
Oh, they were.
I mean, not like all... But they were all, like, chipper and stuff like that. And it felt more like they were, especially if you're talking to this guy who's writing about this horror stuff, maybe, like, make yourself
Put on
all...
your best show.
Yeah, put on a show. That's right. So...
Don't mind the hole in the bathroom wall.
So, of course, Jason goes with creepy
I know. Creepy.
I was in the jungles of Da Nang, and then I slept on that thing, and I was never more terrified in my life.
that creepy
Isn't
motherfucker...
that room like itty bitty small? Like, he's not a huge dude. Everything looks so itty bitty.
No, he's
bed and-
6'2". He's a pretty big guy.
Well, that's not very tall enough to be.
Yeah,
in
I mean, the room definitely
Hell yeah.
looked really small, but I mean...
Yeah, it's an old time room. I mean, people they were like, I would be a tall person in 1910. Okay, and in like 1850, I would be a giant.
Because I had to look it up because he kind of he was in the doorway to 1408 and he's standing there. I was like, how tall is this guy? Like, I mean,
And he looks like 8
Yeah.
feet tall.
I was like, he's gonna bump his head on that fucking doorway.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, 6'2" is respectable. I mean, for these Hollywood actors that usually assume are tall as shit and they're fucking like 5'4".
Yeah,
So-
or vice versa. Like, I thought Paul Rudd was itty bitty, but he's actually a little higher than average, I think.
Yeah. What is he?
Are you saying he's longer than average, Kelly?
Sure.
I mean, the biggest shocker to me was Tom Cruise. He's like 5'4".
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who
Which
he was
is
referring
like
to when he said 5'4".
My mom's height. I was like, wait, action stars my mom's height? Wait, why don't these bad guys just punch him in the face? He's a little tiny guy.
Punch him. They could knee
That's
him in
a-
the face.
That's an effective move. You punch a little dinky guy. I mean, that's like when you're 12 and you're going to fight an adult. You got to wonder, like, about guys like Shaq. Do you think they even think that a person who's less than 6 foot tall is a grown up?
Have you
It's like
seen? Was it a Conan? Was it a Conan with Shaq and Kevin Hart on it? Did you watch that?
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
Kevin Hart is like a little baby compared to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's funny. There's like Bill Cosby's like, let's say he's 5'10". I have no idea. And Shaq's like, get out of here, little kid.
yeah.
So the first time that he is in the bathroom and he looks in the mirror, did anybody else notice that something was going on behind him out in the other room? Or no, he wasn't looking in the room. He was in maybe the bedroom, and the camera was looking past him as he was talking into his microphone. I'm not sure where he was, but there was something going on behind him on his left side. I could not figure out what it was. I
There's
think
a maid service in there fixing his bed up.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, that's what it was, huh?
Oh, geez.
I mean, how obtuse do you have to be if you're in a room, right? And you're in there and you're looking out the window and you turn around and your bed's made and there's mince on the pillow you just ate. Like,
Yeah.
you just leave.
Yeah. You
Like,
don't
and the
stay in
room
there.
gave him an like it didn't start the
It did.
countdown
That's right.
until then. Like me, if I would have walked in and been like, okay, lay down, you get back up, wait a second, I just laid on the bed, it still looks like that. I'm out. Nope.
If that
Fuck
didn't
that.
do it, I would. When I saw the toilet paper, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm out. I'm leaving now." I'd just get my stuff and go out of the room. I'd be like, "I'm done."
Well, I mean, me too, because my first step in any hotel stay is I take the toilet paper and I make it so it comes over the top, and then I roll it right into the toilet and I flush it. And I chuckle at myself. I'm like,
Because it's not your toilet paper.
hilarious. Yeah, and then that way.
But then you realize that was the only roll of toilet paper.
I'm not even gonna. So I've had to stay in a lot of hotel rooms with my job. Like, I just have to stay it. So there's been at least a couple times when I've been like, get off of work and I get myself the room and I have to crap really bad. I mean, we're talking like it's an emergency. It's angry bowel syndrome. So I run in there, I hammer on the toilet, and I'm like, wait, there's no fucking toilet paper in here. Oh no, there's not even a good rug. What am I gonna do?
Can't even Step Brothers this motherfucker.
Oh,
They
I
almost-
can't do anything.
They almost always have
You
a
know?
box of Kleenexes somewhere. Oh,
Well,
there's
I mean,
always a Bible next to the bed.
Damn it, Jason.
No,
Paper.
no. I just give myself a what the hell is it called?
Enema?
Anyways, basically, I just lay on my back in the shower, and then it takes care of itself.
Gross. So-
I'll tell you what, though, I have never asked myself. Wait a second, why doesn't every fucking hotel just have bidets? Like,
Yeah.
more than those situations. Like, wait a second, how much money does it, like, you look at how much money they must spend on toilet paper, okay, over the course of a year. Like, guess what? A bidet is like a couple $100. I bet every room probably pays for a bidet every year.
Probably.
Just
more
get
than
the
that.
fucking bidet. Plus, it's like a thing you could put on a sign, like experience the magnificence of a bidet. I'd be like,
Well,
a
at least
bidet.
in the higher end up, pricier rooms.
Yeah.
The better
Yeah.
rooms.
Well, it's like
Whatever restaurants.
like they used to put HBO and stuff like that on the fucking signs outside. I mean, they still do that on
Yeah.
things, but it's like that's not a big thing anymore. It's like, ooh, you
No.
got HBO. I got HBO. Go.
My
I'm fine.
I stayed in a motel room and it still had 3D TV as one of the
Yeah.
things. So I don't know what the fuck I was trying to say there. The triple
screen?
color. What the hell is it called?
Oh, black
Was-
and or color TV.
Color TV. That's
Yeah.
what it had. It had color TV. I was like, wait, like 3D? That's I know I said that
Because
because I thought
Eric
to
stayed
myself,
in a Bates Motel.
is that like a 3D TV? I don't understand what the hell's going on with that. Well, I mean, for my work, I had to stay in this place that was $40 a night. Or
That's
a
like,
week, rather. It's
that-
$40 a week.
Oh, okay, $40 a week. I was gonna say $40 a night is like the places Jason and I would stay when we went to PAX for a few years until we decided,
Yeah.
fuck this, we're staying in town. We're not
Well,
gonna
I
we're not gonna
will
stay
say-
outside of the city.
I will say this: the $40 a week place I stayed at was nicer than the Super 8 that I've stayed at lately,
Yeah.
and a couple other hotels that I've stayed at, or whatever the hell they're called, places.
Yeah.
It was nicer. I'm like, the people were nicer. They did a better job cleaning the room. There was like the one thing they would get you is there's no store for like 80 miles, except for their little store. So I go in to buy some mayonnaise and it's like $10. I was like, okay, I see how this works. I can
Yeah.
buy a cooler. So I just bought a cooler, and then they didn't get it in on any of that. But so
Yeah, we stayed at a place in Seattle. It was a hell of a lot smaller than this shit, but it was very much like just waiting for some fucking creepy, like Shining shit to happen or something like that. I think we ended up on the wrong floor one time, and
Oh, yeah.
we're like looking down like the hallway, and it's like this hotel's not that big. Why is the hallway that long? And it was just like, it was really creepy. It was weird,
Yeah.
but it was cheap.
That
So-
sounds creepy.
Which one was that?
That was Hotel Seattle.
Is that the one? That,
Yeah,
that was
I would
that
stay
one?
there again. I'm not
No,
saying
I would stay there again. That
You
was a
look
good
down the
hotel.
hallway and
'Cause
there's
it
an
was
old
a-
lady like holding like a plate of cookies. Come
Yeah.
and get grandma's cookies now.
You know I'd be down there getting grandma's cookies. Come on, man.
It cost more than any other one we stayed in, but they had parking, and it ended up actually being
No,
cheaper.
that was the other one.
Oh, that was the other one.
This one cost less than everything in the city,
Oh!
but we had to pay for parking, and that fucking cost us a fortune.
Yeah.
It was like $150 for fucking 3 days. It was
So this is one.
ridiculous.
This was the one with the creepy guy behind the counter.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had that other creepy guy when we stayed in Kent that at the Howard Johnson's that was like he disappeared the first day and it
Yeah.
was like he was a fucking Norman Bates looking motherfucker.
Yeah, it doesn't mother to take care of.
Yeah.
Oh man, we were walking. I don't remember where we were walking to. We were walking to get food or something from that the first hotel he was talking about, and there was some stuff going on as we were walking. And me and Steve were joking around and talking, and then we just got real quiet and kind of kept our heads down and walked by like kind of quick but not too quick just to get out of the situation because we were like somebody's gonna get shot.
Yeah, it wasn't the best part of town.
No, but it was cheap.
No.
Ugh, I hate that stuff. No, thank you.
That's why you get
Yeah, I mean,
that's why you rent a car and then get insurance on it. So if anything happens to your car, fuck it. It's not, it's not on you.
I mean, this movie scared the crap out of me because my sense of time is terrible. You can ask Kelly or anybody that's ever met me. If you ask me how long have we been doing this, we could be doing it for 5 minutes, and I'd say we've been doing it for 8 hours. Or you could say, "Oh, we've been, I think I've been here. We've been here for like what, 2 hours, And then it turns out we've been there like 4 days. I don't know. So like the whole part where he's only there for like an hour, but then he has that extended, and he's just like reliving. I'm like, oh my god, that's the scariest fucking thing ever.
Yeah.
Where you don't even know. Like being crazy is really scary, anyways.
Yeah.
But when you have somebody else like turning the crazy on because they're just manipulating how you perceive time, that's the worst. Like it might like being in a dream you can't wake up from.
Yeah, that
You know?
room was fucking like it was real
yeah.
fucked up. It was just like looking in
Yeah.
his mind for everything. Like, all right, okay, so now we're gonna make you think everything's good, everything's cool, everything was all good. Your ex-wife or whatever she was, I guess, estranged wife. You guys are back together. It's all good, and then fucking go into the mailbox place and everybody tears the walls down. You're still in the fucking room, and then the whole daughter thing. That gets me anyways. But that's pretty fucked up. It's like fuck you, room. All right.
So
Yeah, fuck that room.
I just started thinking. Well, I like what they described the room as too. They didn't say that there was anything evil in the room, but the room itself was evil. I like the way they said that. But did you guys notice? Was it actually 60 minutes from when that clock started to when it started over again? Was that actually an exact hour of time that passed in the movie?
It's very possible. I don't know what the
Runtime is.
That would be really cool if they actually lined it up like that. I mean, it's something that nobody'd really notice, but it would keep it authentic.
Yeah, that would actually be kind of cool because then that would make sense with the whole he's on the beach and he wakes up. That's like my scariest dream. Like like you're kind of like the plot of or the part of the Gunslinger, where you're doing something and then you die and you just wake up somewhere else and you're like, wait.
yeah
And the places that you wake up in is just worse.
yeah. Basically,
Like,
everybody in fucking the Gunslinger.
Well, I mean, like a diluted version would be like, say I'm driving somewhere tonight, right? And then I crash and I die, but I don't know that I just go to the next thing
Yeah.
and it's worse. So then like in that one, Kelly's a raging asshole,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wait, I don't understand why the fuck this is different. What the hell is going on here?
And then you seem
And
like a
that would be-
fucking crazy guy in that new place.
Yeah.
So,
And like my brother's alive, but he's like terrible.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh boy, what the fuck? Where'd you get all these face tattoos? I mean, not that everybody with a face tattoo is terrible, but if my brother had got face tattoos, I'm going to let you know he would be terrible. That's just the road you'd have to go down in my family to have face tattoos.
Yeah.
Like,
Got a bunch of like
Be
My
scary.
Little Pony all over their forehead and shit, and Dora the Explorer on the back of their neck. And
Are we talking about
Goddamn.
me or his brother?
I don't think so. My brother would probably have like crazy Viking tattoos on his face, dyed his hair blonde with like a hopefully grown in beard at that point. That poor kid could not grow a beard. There was not a
Nope.
strong suit.
It was not.
No, I mean, some people like me, myself, and my other brother can grow beards no problem. I've always maintained that, Dan's like maybe not, full brother. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe the what is UPS man, showed up at your house one day.
I mean, I don't know. Like the way DNA works. Yeah, the way DNA works, you can be like 75% one parent and 25 the other somehow. Like 23andMe explained it way better than I could.
Yeah, it's pretty much like, okay, a deck of cards has
52 cards.
52 cards.
52.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
You give one kid 23 cards, and the kid gives them back. You reshuffle them and give another 23 cards to another kid. It's not going to be the same 23 card.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
that's pretty interesting.
it's a pretty good way to explain it.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's all right.
Kids are made up of decks of cards.
Jason did not know this. Huh?
Yep.
Why do you think Yvonne asked you for a deck of cards right before she was born?
Huh. Right before she was born.
That's what she was doing. That's what she was doing at bingo
You're
night.
Italian.
Oh man, so it was good to see Nick Fury in an early job for Shield. He's investigating the fucking crazy shit.
That was obviously Nick Fury's twin brother, Rick Fury. Do you see how he jumped when he seen the thing in the back?
That's true.
Nick Fury's
well,
not
see,
going to jump.
Well, see, but this
Rick
is early.
Fury,
This
he's
is,
like, oh,
this is
I
early
don't
Nick
have my
Fury
brother's
career
steely
stuff.
exterior.
This is early Nick Fury stuff, though. Like he hasn't dealt with all the crazy shit he's dealt with.
He was old in World War II. He's Captain America's legit dad. He was born in 1732 for crying out loud.
God damn it! Oh man, it's very possible. Like,
Have you noticed that some of these actors just like don't age anymore?
yeah,
Like honestly, I
mean-
they just like look the same for like the last like 30 fucking years.
Botox.
this movie's 11 years old, so I guess it's not that long ago.
Yeah.
But,
I got to say, I like John Cusack as a guy in a scary movie. That's not the bad guy.
I just can't. I just can't get over his last name.
Cusack.
Yeah, Cusack. It's Sack. Like I mean,
Oh
Damn
my
it,
god,
Ricky.
Ricky.
I just
Cue the sack.
Yeah.
That's what Ricky would be like.
Yeah,
He'd,
uh-huh.
oh, look, it's cue the sack over there. Cue it up.
Mhm.
Bam. Hey, Cusack, what's the capital of Bangkok? Shit. Fucked up. That joke.
What was the other scary one he was in? Or I guess possibly
Identity?
Scary. Yeah, that was the one.
Love it.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
It kind of
too.
reminds me of that kid from The Sixth Sense.
He actually played a vampire in a TV series that was pretty good too.
Did he?
Really?
It was on for 2 seasons. And
Oh, was
then
it Buffy?
unfortunately got canceled. No. And then unfortunately it got canceled after 2 years. But it was really good.
That's the only vampire show Ricky knows.
Ricky's
Yeah.
was it Buffy? Ricky, you should watch True Blood.
Yes.
Okay. It's
sounds-
more. It's
got a
more
hollow
of a
redhead
vamp
in it, you'd
porn
love it.
series.
It sounds more of like a chick series, and
No. It's a vamp porn series. There's no dongs in it. There's lots
I
of.
was like, yeah, I could see that.
I was picturing a certain werewolf.
Hi, Tanner Ross bastard. Oh yeah,
Damn it, Kelly.
it was great. Every time that guy was on the show, I got to have my own. I was a star in my own series.
God damn it, Eric.
Oh man.
What the fuck?
What?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I mean, this movie scares the shit out of me. I don't even want to think about it. Like, if it was me, the room would be like, I'd fall asleep when it would. You know what it would do? It'd leave me alone until I fell asleep. Then I'd wake up and the bed would be full of snakes.
Yeah.
Not just like it wouldn't even be like like those water snakes or some kind of scary looking black snake. It'd just be full of rattlesnakes. And I'd just be like, wake up and have like water moccasins and rattlesnakes biting me. And I'd be like, fuck. And then I would die. from just being scared.
The thing
Wouldn't
is
even have to
it's,
try.
it was all in his head, which he proves at the end when he burns the room down. Because the water kicks on, but it's not real water. It's hallucinogen, like, you know, the room fucking with his head. And so it doesn't actually even touch the fire. And so it's like, technically, he could just put his head down and sleep through it. It wouldn't hurt
So I
him.
wonder if a crazy person could go in that room and be totally fine.
It would drive
Probably.
them sane, and then they'd kill themselves because they're sane.
They're like, oh man, I'm a horrible person.
They're just, or they're like, wow, this room's really got nothing. This is totally fake. You know, you almost wonder, like, that's what a really scary VR experience could be like, where you forget that you're in a VR.
Oh God! So it's gonna be like the South Park episode with the VR.
Well, kind of. It would be like a horror version of Ready Player One, right? Where you put the headset on and then it like lets you think you take it off,
Yeah.
right? And then, but then it just does all this mean stuff to you.
There is actually a
that's-
movie entirely based on that. It came out about 15, 16 years ago. Good movie.
What's the name?
What's
I don't
that?
remember.
He leaves us hanging.
Yeah.
It's called Made Up.
It's not made up.
Didn't happen.
Can't remember what it's called.
Imagine an escape room with something like this. It'd be real fucked up.
Fuck.
Like, I mean, obviously it couldn't be tailored right to you. Like,
Talk
you know,
about
it
have to
couldn't-
get out in an hour.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
okay. So now
I would
what?
just be like, all right, I'm going to
Yes.
start kicking the door and I'm not going to stop until my leg breaks or
the door
the
does.
door caves in, one or the other. Wham, wham.
Okay,
Oh, fuck,
okay,
I'm tired.
okay,
God damn it.
okay.
Steve,
So, but now what
Jason,
about this?
pick me up, use me as a ram, headbutt me this one.
So you make people that want to go like and like do like your escape room, like sign up maybe like I don't know like a month or like a month or like 3 weeks in advance, and you have them do like a survey. Because after that time, they're gonna start forgetting about the questions you asked them and that they answered. Well, now you have information about them. Also, not to mention now you have their name, so you go fucking stalk the shit out of them on their Facebook and all their fucking other social media shit. You're gonna get a lot of information about this motherfucker.
Yeah,
to
especially if the
personalize.
questions are very random and they're not going to use all the answers
Exactly.
of what they're doing, you know?
Exactly. So that way you could literally learn a lot about them without them really knowing or
Uh-huh.
even remembering what the hell you asked them. And then when they get to it, 4 or 3 weeks later, you wind up scaring the living fucking shit out of them.
Nowadays, you wouldn't even have to like ask them questions. You could. A lot of people just put way too much information on the internet. You could just find the information about the people without even talking to them.
Well, yeah,
That is true.
You just get their name. Well, like I was saying, you just get their fucking name and just stalk their fucking social media accounts, and you're gonna find everything you fucking needed to know about them. You're gonna find out who all their family members is, everything, like fucking what they ate last night. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you're gonna fucking find all this shit. I mean, if
I
you
know
have a proper
somebody
bowel
who's
movement,
really good at that. I mean, they can find like shit out where you'd be like, how the fuck did you find that? Found it on Facebook. I'm like, okay, wow. That is like intense level. You should be a private investigator. And every time they're like, yeah, I should. And then they just don't. I mean, I don't know why.
But you see, now that I've said this idea, though, someone's going to steal it from us, like they have all of mine and Steven's great ideas.
Well, it's possible that somebody's already made this, escape room thing already. So,
Well, I mean, this was recorded in 2006, right?
2007.
No. Our thing we're doing right now was
Oh.
just recorded in 2006. So anything after 2006 is legally ours.
Oh,
We're talking about it before the movie comes out.
God damn it.
We watched a screener.
Oh man.
God, so what would your guys' room have in it? Kind of creepy stuff.
Oh man. I don't know. I mean, how much creepy shit do I already deal with in this house?
Here's the thing, though. I don't think it could do anything it wanted because they ran through scenarios of things that happened to people in the past, or at least what they thought had happened in the room. And things like spiders and snakes didn't seem to come up. It was always things like drowning or family member type shit. It was, so I don't know how perfect it can tailor it to a person for their general fears. I think it digs deeper. It's not about fear. It's about finding people's weaknesses to get them to kill themselves because the room can't kill you.
Well, yeah, and it says it at the end there. Like, they can't check you out. You have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I wouldn't have died from the snake bites. I would have died from the terror of the snakes biting me.
so you'd have the heart attack thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I would have
still-
my heart would have been like, whoa, man. It would have been up to like 400 beats a minute.
It's the wrong reaction, though. They fill a room with snakes. You're in the room. You get up on a bed. You're kicking them off, whatever you got to do. You're terrified, but you're trying to survive. They want to break your will to live.
I don't know. I mean, other than like, I guess I could just be like Kelly, like call me on the phone. Yeah, we're done. I'd be like, all right, that's it. Fuck all this crap. That's about all I could do.
Yeah, that'd be breaking your will to live.
But it'd have
right?
to be so convincing because I know Kelly pretty well. You know, any little fuck up, tone of voice mess up, I'd be like, not real. I mean, you guys are over here with your fake battleship crap. You think that's scary? Like, go fuck yourself, man. This was
so like
terrible
what if,
impersonation.
Okay, so
but
like,
I mean,
what if before you went into the room, right? Like you just had like a screwdriver and you literally took the fucking door off the hinges off of the room and the bathroom, so there's no more doors inside this room.
But do you think the
anymore.
room will let you do that?
You'd have like some invisible
They
wall
clean
you just
it.
keep
I mean,
bouncing
like,
on.
well, what I'm saying is like they clean it. They do this stuff, and it doesn't activate unless they're alone behind a closed door, like the maid.
Well, I
She
think
went
the
in there. She
door
was in there
shut
for
on
less
her.
than exactly the door shut on her. So she was in there for less than fucking like a minute, and she was stabbing her eyes out.
Well,
Like,
that's the
so
problem with never
if-
believing anybody else like
So
that.
if
This
you
is
just
the whole
went
point.
And
I
just
agree
took
with you,
the doors
Ricky.
off.
The
I
whole
don't think
point
there'd
of
be a
this
fucking
movie
issue.
is to not be skeptical of everything everybody says.
Yeah.
Like, occasionally weird stuff does happen. Like, it's probably super rare. Like, has anybody seen a real ghost?
Pretty sure my daughter has.
I mean, you know what? Who the fuck knows? Like, my least favorite argument about skeptics is like, oh, it can all be explained with like blah blah blah. Well, lots of shit can be explained a different way, but it doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah.
You know, you could say that my car had a steam engine in it, and that's how it got up and down the road. That's wrong, but it's
You can
an
explain that.
explanation.
Yeah.
You know, the same with the electric motor. Oh, yeah, it's got an electric motor in it. Well, that doesn't mean shit. I mean, somebody has seen some scary ass shit. Like I've seen a bear that I was pretty sure was Sasquatch. I'm just going to assume it's a bear since I was too scared to walk out and shine my flashlight in it. Since my dog was pissing itself all
Wasn't
over the
having any of
place
that
and
shit
just
either.
terrified. And I was like, and this was before Hank. If I had Hank there, I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to chance it. Let's go kick this thing. No,
But
I
what
would
if?
not.
But what if
Hey,
Hank?
I'd be
Was,
like, fuck this.
but if Hank was pissing himself too, then you'd be like, all right, there's something real fucked up out there.
I would be driving away at 100 miles an hour. I would be like, okay, whatever's scaring this dog, fuck this. Now, if I was in my machine and I see Bigfoot, that motherfucker's dead. I'm going to kill it.
You're going to have proof Bigfoot existed.
Yeah, that's right. There's going to be a tree dunked on it. Like I'll just be like, all right, sneaking up, just like with a loud ass, like 120 decibel machine. It's looking at me, and I'm just like, oh, gotcha. Oh, just jump up like I got you. That'd be hilarious. And then of course I'd wake up, and it turns out I'm in the motel, and Sasquatch is laying next to me, and he's like,
How you doing?
"Put you back for that." I'm like, shit. He's gonna hit me with his own tree.
So last Wednesday, I think it was, Yvonne brought home a little stuffed animal, stuffed like ghost. It says "Boo" on it, a little Halloween thing. And she's like, "Hey, look what I got you," to Athena. And Athena looks at it and just stares. And she's like, "It's a little ghosty." And Athena's like, "That's not what ghosts look like." And she points at the corner of the room and says, "Ghosts look just like people." I swear to God.
Dude.
I'm so glad my daughter's out of that.
Somebody needs to what's like weird is like hawks can see in spectrums of light that we can't, right? So but it degrades really fast, so they have to constantly be regenerating that part. I wonder if people are born with that, and then it just like the sunlight and stuff just like nukes it, and then you just lose it. Like it doesn't regrow itself. That would be terrifying, right? You get like a replacement eyeball, and all of a sudden you're seeing like, that's a fucking ghost. What the hell is that about? And the technician's like, oh yeah, don't worry. Just go out and look at the sun for a couple of minutes. You won't see him anymore. Wait, what? Are they still going to be there? Yeah, they're there all the time. Did you ever notice them before?
Wasn't that a Jessica Alba movie? Wasn't that a Jessica Alba movie? Where she's blind, she gets new eyes, and then starts seeing fucked up shit.
No, is that Darkness Falls?
No.
No.
I don't know. I
I think
don't know.
Darkness Falls was a teeth movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, was it about the Tooth Fairy?
Yeah.
And if you see the
I
Tooth
don't
Fairy, that she'll fucking kill your ass?
That's
Yeah.
disappointed in that one.
I didn't really understand that movie either.
Weird.
I mean, like we all know that Dwayne Johnson's the Tooth Fairy. I mean, that's been pretty.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Talk about like a cool guy to be the Tooth Fairy too. Like he shows up and you wake up and he's like, "Don't worry, little guy. Here, give me your tooth. Here, I'll give you an extra $1. Have a nice day." He's not even creepy. You don't even like if you wake up and The Rock is dressed up as a Tooth Fairy in your house.
Like in a
There's not
tutu
even a
and
part of your
wand,
brain
you're
that's like, he's touching my kid. There's not even that part at all. You just be like,
Wow.
wow, he actually is a Tooth Fairy. All right. Because the kid would have a smile on his face and be like, he was in my bedroom. You know, other celebrities, you'd be like, uh-oh.
Oh God! What did he give
fucking
you?
doing?
What did he give you?
Nick Nolte's in there. He's like, I need that kid's teeth for another project. I'm around. You're like, uh-oh.
Oh, man.
Did he
All right.
murder somebody and needs the kid's teeth?
That movie was called The Eye.
Oh yeah.
Is
Okay.
Nick Nolte still alive?
Yeah.
So,
Well, if we're also going on that logic, then it also means that I guess Dwayne Johnson is also the head of the FBI because the Tooth Fairy is the head of the FBI, and if the Tooth
I
Fairy
wish
is
he
Dwayne
was
Johnson,
the head of the FBI.
then
They
that
might
means he's
actually
the head
do
of the
their
FBI.
job. Other than like spying on my mom.
Oh, you know
I'm
what?
not
Was she
shitting
getting
you,
those
my
goddamn
mom had-
FBI warnings?
Well, it turns out that they record everything you say, right? On the normal, I don't know if they get us on this or not, but on normal talking, like on the phone, if you start saying
You saying
bad
the
stuff
FBI's
about-
not listening to our podcast is bullshit, all right? They listen to everybody else, but they refuse to listen to our podcast.
If they're listening to our podcast, then they need to fucking like and subscribe. God damn it!
if we had more nudity pics on here, you bet the NSA would be watching it.
Just like
We
all of a
just
sudden
don't-
we look at our likes and subscribes and we see NSA, FBI, CIA.
Yeah.
We're
Fuck
like,
yeah.
son of a bitch. Nice.
Made it,
3 more
guys.
likes. 3 more likes and subscribes. That's what I'm talking about.
I would really regret the FBI do the job comment at that point. I'd be like,
We just haven't said words like president often enough.
So Nick Nolte was in Ridiculous 6, apparently. I don't
yeah,
remember him in that.
he's the dad.
Was he?
Yeah.
Man, I don't remember that movie at all. That was a long time
You
ago.
don't? Okay, so here's the movie plot. Adam Sandler, raised by an Indian, Native American tribe, right?
Okay, all right.
And then
Remember that.
he's like grown up, right? And then
Uh-huh.
Nick Nolte shows up and he's like, I'm actually your dad. I'm your
Oh, okay.
pa.
Oh, yeah,
When
all right,
you were
yeah, makes
before you
sense.
were born, I had sex with your mom, made you. Oh yeah. And then he goes and he meets his other brothers who are like, wait, that guy's my dad too.
Oh, is that what the Ridiculous 6 are? They're all brothers?
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Brothers from another mother.
And
Wow.
then he tried to steal their money.
I literally don't remember anything about this fucking movie.
It wasn't that good. a movie.
Jason might not either because he didn't,
didn't watch it.
I actually watched it the next day.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I'll
it
never
wasn't the
forget that he
greatest
shows
movie.
up. He's like, "What's the movie about?" I didn't have a chance to watch it. I'm like, "What do you mean you didn't have a chance to watch it? You just turn it on. You what?" He's like, "All right, I just didn't watch it. Shut up." Like when I think you guys ended up doing Wolverine without me, or I can't remember if I was on that one or not. But I watched it while I was driving home.
That
Luckily,
was
I had a
the
2.5 hour
No,
drive.
you did
So,
join us for
Logan.
that one.
Okay.
that was
Yes,
the
you
one
did
that
join us for that
Jason-
one, but
Jason
you were
and I
saying that
were-
you almost got in a car wreck when trying to watch the movie at the same time as
Oh
driving.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
that was the one where Jason and I were down at Ponytails helping him move. So I had just watched it before the podcast too.
You were down in
Did you call him
ponytails?
Ponytail? That's funny.
Yeah, that's his name.
I don't remember if I got a chance to watch that one right before it or not.
No, you watched it
Hold
like that
on,
earlier
guys.
that week. So
I had watched
Hold
it.
on,
earlier
guys.
that
I
week,
got
yeah.
to smoke a cigarette while you guys do all the work for me.
yep,
That sounds about right.
pretty much. Oh, another break? Okay, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going here. Oh, you're gonna take another
I-
break. You just took a break,
Guys,
but you're gonna take another
I
one.
just
Oh,
Well,
had
he
some
needed a break
sweat
from his
fall
break.
off my forehead.
I'm gonna take a
I
break.
have to take another break.
Yep.
It's break time.
Break it down.
We used to have this joke when we were working in California. Like we'd draw a circle 10 feet wide and be like, if we see a water drop hit that circle, it's time to go home. It never worked out that way. And I'll tell you what, that sucked because most of the time by like November, you're ready to be done for like a while. Like having a week off is like,
You ready for a vacation?
especially when you're not really being compensated.
Yeah.
Right. Then it's like, wait, why am I even out here again?
Eric, it was never going to work.
Because I'm nice.
You had to draw the circle out in the open, not underneath a flatbed trailer.
And also, also, Eric, what you need to do is you need to wait till no one's paying attention, and then go in the circle and piss in it. Oh, look, guys, we got all this water out here.
He's just got to
out.
climb the tree and arc it.
Just track my machine up next to it, climb on top. Like,
Kelly looks out there. Eric, what the fuck are you doing? Shut up! I'm trying to get us to go home early.
She's seen me pee before, dude. I don't bother it's like I'm so scared of working in an office environment because there's a lot of habits I have that would be hard. Like
that's what I was trying to tell you years ago.
I'm
You're
like
just gonna go find like the nearest office plant and just like pull out your shitter buddy and start pooping in it.
A more Erik style.
What are you doing, Eric?
Stand up out of my chair, grab my my trash bin, and start pissing in it, and then realize that I'm not in the woods and go, God damn it!
And it's also one of those trash bins with all the holes in it.
Dump this out in Steve's trash.
No. What I was saying is it's one of those bins that it's just like mesh, so it's just holes.
I'll go to my.
It just pours out.
I'll go to my desk and be like,
"I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to do that."
I'll go to my desk instantly, even before I know you. Or I look in the trash and I'm like, "God damn it, Eric!" You just smell.
I smell this. I'm like, that wasn't me. It was Johnson over there.
I could totally see Eric sitting there, like headset on, typing on a computer or something, whatever. And he's like, cracks a little smile because he farted and it's a good one. And then the person behind him's like, dude, what the fuck?
Like rumbles his entire chair. Yeah. He's like, oh, that was a good one.
Totally forgets that there's other people in the room.
You guys have worked in an office. How many people do you think would actually confront me without a superior?
None.
Absolutely none.
None.
Everybody would just they just complain to the boss.
If you were friends with them, they would call you on it.
Ass, they'd be like, I'm not firing that guy. He's hilarious. Mm-hmm. I'm watching all of this stuff on hidden camera. I'm making a ton on YouTube. Could you imagine the boss is just like hilarious office pranks? Watches my favorite employee takes a shit in the other guy's desk. Hilarious. he uses the guy's water bottle as a bidet. Oh my god.
Fuck, Eric. The bad thing is I can literally picture you doing this.
That's because I'm just crazy enough where it's possible, you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
He grabs the guy's newspaper to wipe after the bidet thing and folds it back up.
Folds it all back up nice and neat, sets it down. Mm-hmm.
Then just start telling the lady, like his next door, do you see that bum that came in here? I think he was over there by that guy's desk. You got to watch out for that stuff, man. You can't be just letting them come in here. Like, tell them where the bathroom is.
You know who the boss? You know who the boss would be? It'd be Tony Shalhoub, man. He'd be sitting there yelling about some shit on the phone and stuff like that.
I love that guy. Why isn't he on more stuff?
He should be in more stuff. He's pretty great.
Tony Shalhoub's the bomb. Like Men in Black, everything else.
Everything else, Wings.
Wings, Monk. Like, he's a great actor.
He is.
I mean, I don't think he gets enough. I just love him in Men in Black, though. He's so fucking funny.
Is that kind of like what is it? Is that the head guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's in something else, and he's super funny, but I don't remember what it was. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, this movie is one of those movies where I was sure that it would terrify my mom. Right? I was like, "This is gonna get her. This will be the movie that scares the shit out of her." Right?
Yeah.
You know what happened? She sat there the entire time, didn't jump, nothing. She's like, pfft. I mean, it's kind of a scary idea to be trapped in that room, but it wasn't a scary movie. I'm like,
well, like it's a different kind of scary because I'm a jumper. You guys know this, and I jumped only one time, and that was at the very end when Samuel Jackson's in the cab and he looks at the back and sees the dude in the
yeah.
back seat. That's the
Yeah.
only time. It's not a really jumping movie.
You
guys.
jumped when he tried to climb back up through the window, and the red-haired lady swiped at him. You jumped then.
I don't
It
think
wasn't a great big jump, but you went like this. Still counts.
Still counts.
so. No, not my joke.
Did anybody else
Well-
notice that Samuel L. Jackson was a piece of shit?
How was he a piece
No,
of shit? He's
he
trying
was-
to save the guy's
I mean,
life.
No, through the whole beginning of the movie, he's like, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." And then at the end, he's like, "Well, your husband did a real great public service. We're going to be able to reopen that room and
No, he said they'll never have to reopen.
Yeah,
it.
they didn't say that.
never have
Yeah,
to."
JRX,
reopen it."
I can
I
watch
thought he
that,
said we'll have to.
later.
We're going to reopen the
Not
room
right
like they
now.
were going to rebuild it.
No, because he didn't
Right.
want the room
Oh.
open.
So watch it.
But he couldn't. He couldn't
Legally, he couldn't keep people out.
keep it closed because the management wanted to, keep it there. So he had to. He had to give it out if somebody requested it. So he didn't want to give it out to anybody.
I
And
understand.
it was a
See,
little
guys-
more.
See,
it
I
was still
misheard
more-
him.
It was still more selfish because he just didn't want to clean the shit up, is what he said.
Well, I misheard it though, because I thought he said they were gonna like reopen the room,
No.
like rebuild it, and I'm like, wait, so the fact that he burned the evil out, like, fuck you, man. That's like not the.
I
That's
don't know
kind
if
of
he
a.
actually burned it out. I think he just like made it so nobody's gonna stay in there anymore.
Yeah.
Well, made it to where no one can legally stay in there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
You know-
first of all, can't you just like take a dump in the room? Like,
That-
that's what he should have done. Samuel Jackson, just go up there,
Or
hammer
like
out a
show
giant
dominance?
dude.
Are you saying like show dominance?
Dominate
You
the
go
room.
in there, you just like make the room unusable, and then be like, "Yeah, I told you you could stay in the room."
They were
Have
still
fun.
putting the same blankets on the bed
Like,
that
just
were
pee on the
covered in
blankets
blood.
and, you know,
When he was doing the test, the whole room was covered in blood still. The blankets
Yeah.
were covered in blood. The
Yeah.
pillows were covered in blood. They didn't change anything. They just washed it and threw it back in the room. So,
well, I mean,
it's-
that's pretty much what they do.
yeah.
That's how it
Well,
works.
you'd think that everything would be washed at the same time though. So like then it would just kind of cycle through and like maybe those bed sheets and shit like that wouldn't be tossed in the same bed. They'd be in some other room.
Well, they were covered in blood from top to bottom on the side where she killed herself. It seems like they just throw that shit away. I mean, I don't think you could reuse it legally.
No, but this.
Yeah, sometimes we normally
They're
just talk
penny
about,
pitching. They're penny
movies,
pitching.
but we do talk about books on occasion. If you would like us to review a book, you could always say and give us like a month or two to listen to it / read it. All right, guys, continue.
Oh man, I had something I was gonna say and I don't remember. what
Uh-oh.
It was. It was something about something. Nope. Oh hey, so all right, we go in there. If we went in there, we could probably cleanse this room with the special concoction, right?
Correct.
All juice and hot sauce.
I think. Could you imagine the room just sees me coming with my shorts on? It's like, oh no, it just shuts the door in my face. You're not coming in here.
Bam, locks it. Like, no.
No,
This guy,
I've
guy's
seen what
not
you
in
do,
here.
man.
You know what happened? It'd wait till he was almost in, slam the door against the hot sauce bottle and break it and be like, yeah, you can come in.
That's why I have hot sauce packets in my pocket also.
Oh, just in case something tries to get
Yeah,
rid of the
exactly,
hot sauce.
huh? The
'Cause
tactical-
I've got a hot.
The
I've got
tactical
a hot
sauce
sauce
packets.
horror story, you guys. So I stopped and I bought some jalapeno poppers and some hot sauce stuff on the way home from work on my 2.5 hour drive. Anyway, so I'm squeezing a little hot sauce on there, and then I sneezed, right? So I go to wipe my nose and my eye, and I have the hot sauce on my eye
Oh.
while I'm driving 80 miles an hour.
Oh.
Good stuff.
And I couldn't see. Like my eye watered up. It's my good eye too. I wiped my good eye. So I have my bad eye that I can't see out of. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't see shit. I'm just like, oh God.
Good
Like,
luck,
get in the
everybody
other lane.
else.
Yeah. I basically just like turned my hazard lights on and was like, that's it. We're going over. I'm coming over, baby.
You mean you
Everybody let me
didn't Dumb
over.
and Dumber and try to just spray some ketchup and mustard into your eyes?
I didn't have any ketchup and mustard handy. I was this close to just hitting myself with the coffee in the face.
Yeah.
But
Which
it
would
was
be hot.
really hot. I think I would have done like real damage.
I did something like that once with Steve. He was driving, and I had jalapeno sunflower seeds, and it was down to the last few and some crumbs in the bottom. So I go to pour them into my mouth, and a gust of wind comes through the window and blows all the jalapeno like powder into my eyes. It hurt so
Oh,
bad.
nice.
Oh, man.
Steve started laughing at me like
course I did.
any good
Well, I mean,
friend
that's
would.
the proper response to, that.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever try and snort pepper?
No.
To
No.
get a super
I
sneeze?
snorted a pixie
No.
stick
No?
once.
Well, my
No.
brothers and I, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I came up with this idea that you could have a super sneeze, like a cartoon sneeze.
Uh-huh.
If you, you know how you like get pepper in your nose, it makes you sneeze.
Yeah.
I was like, if you snort a line of pepper, you're gonna have a sneeze that's gonna blow out, and you're gonna like crack a window or something. Okay, I was 10 years old. I still suffered from magical thinking.
Yeah.
That I still suffer.
I
from.
still suffer from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I still do. So, anyways, I did it. It hurt a lot. I peed my pants, and my brothers laughed their asses off at me. It hurts. Like, you don't
It
think
does.
pepper hurts that bad, but when you snort a line of it this long, like that hurts, man.
I'm just surprised a 10-year-old could
really
snort a
hurt.
line that long.
I did it real fast. My brother Dan said that I would be really good at snorting coke. He's like, man, you could zip up a giant line just like bam.
I snorted hot sauce once when my nose was plugged up to try and clear it.
Why?
Did it work?
It worked. It worked, but it hurt. It hurt a lot.
Yeah, I could imagine.
I usually get like if I eat horseradish or something like that, it usually goes up on
Oh, yeah.
backside, and then it ends up in my nose that way. That sucks. But yeah.
Have you ever like puked up horseradish, like fresh horseradish that you just ate and like
No.
you just like
No.
puked? It burns so fucking bad when you puke it up.
Makes sense.
Like holy fucking crap! It's like one of the worst burns you will ever experience.
Well, you got the acid kind of tearing up your esophagus, and then that stuff on top of it.
Oh god, it's fucking terrible.
The worst thing I did was I puked up spaghetti, and I have a sinus hole that goes out my eye. So like if I'm underwater, I have bubbles coming out of my eye. So I barfed
Because
up
of
the
the
spaghetti, and I had noodles coming out of my nose and one coming out of my eye.
Oh,
And I'm like, so I decided I went in. I'm like, Robert, do I have worms crawling out of my face? And he's all, he's like, he told me, he's like, I swear they were moving. I'm like, they were moving. It's just
Oh my
spaghetti. Yeah, although the worst feeling ever is grabbing that thing and like trying to pull it out.
oh no, no, Eric, no.
Gross.
Oh yeah, I've done the Smarty thing too, J-Rex. Like,
He's got
that's
the
a move.
biggest tear ducts ever.
It's not a tear duct. That's why you know how you're not supposed to hold your nostril and blow your nose.
Yeah.
The reason for that is you can actually blow a hole through your sinus cavity into your eye. And I
Oh.
did that. Yeah, it hurt a lot. And then ever since then, like air can come out when I'm underwater out of my
Ah.
eyeball. And
So you do
believe
that-
me, you don't want that because then the whole time when you're underwater, you've got like I can't go underwater in like a swamp because it's gonna end up in my mouth.
Do you remember the Guinness Book of World Records show where that guy squirted milk from his eye?
Yeah.
So can you do that?
Probably. I mean, if I gear up, it hurts a lot. Like it's
Yeah.
unpleasant feeling. I bet I could. I bet I could just swallow some of it, hold my nose and mouth, and then push
making
on
me
it,
sick
and I bet
now
I
that
could
we
get it
thought
to
of
come out.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get him some dairy. We're gonna let it sit in the sun for
Guys.
a day.
Oh,
Oh,
first off, since the diet I've been on, like milk tastes like sugar water. It's awful. I can't believe I used to like it. I'm like, what the hell? This milk doesn't even taste like milk. But
gross.
heavy whipping cream tastes delicious.
You just shoot some heavy whipping cream out of your eye then.
It's pretty thick. I guess it'd be more like a booger.
That's what she said.
Oh, okay. Let's move off the subject of Eric's eye hole.
Yeah.
I'm glad we found something that grosses these two
At
out.
least I know the eye hole man's not going to come out and beat my ass.
Good one, Eric. Good one.
Get away
Eye
from
hole
that
man.
eye hole, man.
Who's the apple man?
That's why I threw the day-old milk in there, just so I could get him to
from
get a little
That's from
grossed
Rick and
out.
Morty, Kelly.
Oh.
He's this guy that when they're watching the intergalactic TV, I think it's the first one.
Oh, that's okay. You don't have to keep on.
Yeah, interdimensional cable.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that eye hole magic.
Wouldn't that be cool to see that interdimensional cable? Like watch yourself star in a
Okay, well, I think the cool part about that is that we could find TV shows, like good TV shows that don't exist in this dimension, and then just totally fucking steal it and say we created it and make fucking millions off of someone else's work in another dimension. Because what are they gonna do? Sue us through a fucking different dimension?
You know what's gonna
Ricky,
suck?
Ricky, the better thing to do would be to record it and then give it and then sell it. Or put it on YouTube. I have a huge smash
Oh
YouTube
yeah, that's
channel.
what I'm saying. Yeah, there you go. You can do that shit.
Then literally the work you do is like, okay, Saturday night, hit record, and then stop hitting record after 24 minutes. Bam, cut the commercials out, put it on YouTube. Cha-ching! And guess what? Most
edit
of
the
us
credits?
are too lazy to actually do that.
Exactly. Just go through and edit,
So-
edit the credits. and
I'd
you
be
know
like,
them.
Steve, can you
Yeah.
do this for me?
I was gonna say it'd be me that would end up doing it.
You know what would suck is the show would be a huge hit. We'd be making tons of money off of it, and then they would cancel, and we'd be like, "Fuck! Now what do we do?"
Well, we gotta cancel.
Find another show.
I was like, we gotta
Galactic
cancel, dude.
Cable.
Like, what else can we do? We just gotta cancel it.
Just find another dimension with that show on it.
That's
There you
true.
go.
Fun
That's
there's
true.
on.
You know what would
You know,
suck?
you just-
We'd be showing that show, people would be loving it, and one of the guys who's in the show would come to your door and be like, "What the fuck, dude? How'd you get my likeness?"
That's why we would have animated series only.
Oh, there you go.
That's a good call. I want to
And
see the
just-
Smurfies.
Exactly.
Turns
know?
out somebody else was going to put the show on YouTube, and we beat them to it because the reality we were watching was just a few years ahead of ours.
That's the scariest thing, though. Like, you know, like I got stuck in a YouTube hole where I was watching these scary videos. Those like the 5 most unsettling things and 5 scariest woods
I was watching
monsters,
those
stuff
ones.
like that. So there's one of them where it shows like 5 times the time travelers appeared. So there's a Charlie Chaplin movie, and there's this gal walking down the street, and she's on a cell phone. It looks like she's talking on a cell phone in
Yeah.
1920, and it's like, wait a second, you could totally do that, and nobody would even realize what was going on in like the 1920s, and you could walk in the background of a movie, and they would record it, and holy, could you imagine that?
And then you come back to your normal time and you're like, hey guys, check this out. Check out this whole movie.
Yeah.
Look, there's me. I totally in it.
It kind of reminds me of that South Park where they're calling up like, "Oh, your refrigerator's running away."
Yeah.
The fake time phone.
Oh, yeah.
I know for a fact that future Ricky could call up Ricky right now, and he'd be exactly Eric Cartman. Man, fuck this guy. I'm not doing that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Do everything you could to fuck up future Ricky's life.
Well, pretty
Yeah.
much, I'd be like, who the fuck is this? Steven, shut the fuck up and quit trying to fucking prank me, you fucking
Steve's
prick.
standing right there. What are you talking about?
Steven, quit
How are
doing
you
this
doing
shit.
this, Steve?
You're fucking annoying me. Click.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm gonna hang up in the most rudest fucking way possible. You get the crack slam.
I already know what would happen. So he'd be sitting at his computer, and he'd turn and be like, "What?"
That's what would happen.
More or less.
And then I'm like, you know what you were fucking doing? I have no idea what you're talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And I walk away, and that'd be the end of it.
And then I'd sit there and wonder what the fuck he's talking about. What the fuck did I do? Man, I hope it was really awesome. So I feel like, if I worked at this hotel, I'd definitely pull the engineer thing and be like, I'm not fucking stepping foot in that room.
Yeah.
Just like, you can fix it this way. Just fucking take the panel off because I'm not going in there. Fuck off, dude.
I agree. Yeah.
No, so like, okay, so like, if you were that guy, like, honestly, like, why wouldn't you just, like, secretly burn the room down? Like, well, fuck it. I'm done with this shit.
Oh, you're talking about Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah. Just be like, I'm just gonna burn the fucking room down like it's an accident, and just fucking, like maybe I'll get burnt in the process, and I can sue this entire fucking company here, and I get money, and then that room's gone, and I ain't gotta deal with it no more.
And that's how Nick Fury loses his eye.
Exactly.
I mean, reality, there's a lot of ways that you could, first of all, the guy could have just put all the laundry in it, stuffed it full of towels, right?
Yeah.
And then said, well, we're using it for storage, so you can't stay in there. You're using it for storage.
Yeah.
We don't have to rent. It's not a room anymore. It's a closet.
Yep.
You just pop the thing off and put closet, and then you lock the door. What are they going to do? Like, you could show the cops, hey, come on, go ahead and sue me. It's closet. It says closet. No, I'm not going to let him stay in a janitor's closet. Why would I let him do that? It's a janitor's closet.
Just be like, it used to be room 1408. We needed more storage space. I mean,
Yeah.
It's nice that they don't have to go all the way to the bottom floor to get the linens when they run out of sheets and they need another pair because something really weird was going on in the room next door.
Yeah. Look, guys, on the real, my son found a huge what the hell am I trying to say? A huge amount
You have
of
a
forest
son?
porn. No, listen. This is Samuel L. Jackson. My son was out in the woods, found a humongous, like giant stash of forest porn, so we got it in the room. Right? It's a storage thing. It's got forest porn in it. You want to go look
trees
at
in
it?
there and all that shit, man. It's still
Sticky.
forest porn.
Exactly. I mean, like
little sticky.
all that goo seeping out of the door frame. That's just byproduct of forest porn.
Well, there you go. Could the Ghostbusters take this thing out? Is it actually a ghost? I don't know.
I don't think it's a ghost. I think it's the room itself.
I mean, but is
Well,
So what do they like make this out of like different pieces of like the rooms out of like the evilest people alive? Like
Yeah.
like you have like
I
this,
don't know.
like,
I mean,
van of
it's like the
Hitler,
Outlook
the
Hotel
bed
was
of
just-
Stalin, maybe like the mirror from Genghis Khan or Vlad the Impaler or some shit like that. Like I mean, like it's kind of like Project Satan with Futurama.
just take the evil.
I don't know.
Exactly,
I
the
mean,
evil
like,
car.
They used
Like
a
the-
recycled wooden beam.
what's the name of the hotel in The Shining? Is it the Outlook Hotel?
Isn't it Overlook?
Overlook. That's what it is. Yeah,
I need
the
to watch
Overlook
The
Hotel
Shining.
just has like a presence or like a demonic essence to it.
Infestation.
You know?
But it's
I
like,
mean-
where does it come from? The first guy who dies in the room. How did the thing get into that room? Or did the guy was he insane? He killed himself, and that just kind of tainted the room in the first place, or was it tainted before he got into it? So it's like they don't talk like a lot of times they talk about like a place being haunted because like there's a bunch of fucked up shit that happened when they built it, like people died, on that floor or whatever in that space,
Or
like,
they built it on a Indian
or
burial
Indian
ground
burial
or some
ground kind of
shit,
thing, that
pet
kind of
cemetery.
stuff. So what caused this place to be, haunted? Was there something messed up when it was built? Because they never go into that. The guy
never
just
do.
killed himself. That wasn't the first one the sewing machine salesman, and he tried to sew his throat up after he killed or cut his neck.
That's
Some
a pretty
shit?
guy.
Yes.
I thought the first one was the guy, the owner of the. In his dream, it changed from he jumped out of the building into he jumped off a bridge. I thought that was the first guy. It's like a salesman or a
Yeah.
CEO or something, and then the next one was the
The sewing machine guy.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, so you got to
Fibers
wonder,
together.
like, like scientists are pretty sure that there's other universes or other dimensions or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, maybe some of them aren't that great of feeling. Like, maybe there's some receptor in our brain that makes us scared.
Yeah.
Like, people have that thing, and you can try and science figure out why that is. But there's a lot of people, if you're out in the woods and a mountain lion's looking at you, you get the heebie-jeebies.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
just
there's
happens.
that sixth sense kind of thing.
You get
So-
it, and you're like, and because something has got a malicious intent towards you. And
Well, it's like that's
you
what
get it.
that's what helped our ancestors survive in the wild, anyways.
Yeah.
You had to have something. We don't have an amazing sense of smell. We're not.
hearing or anything
yeah,
like that.
we don't have an amazing anything. We're just smarter than other animals that were out there.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe, yeah, I don't know. But, so we had to have something. So there had to be some kind of sixth sense that, could do that. And maybe now that's what's, in these ghost stories and stuff like that. That sixth sense, just like you were saying, something's got some kind of ill feelings towards us. And then we feel that. And that's what makes us scared and go, nah, I'm not good with this place,
well, I mean, like, there's lots and lots of women that have been around some guy who's not the best, and they get that, like, slimy feeling, they'll say,
Yeah.
and they know. And I mean, like, that's one of those things where, like, how does that happen, right? So you ask a scientist, well, how's that happen? And then they're like, well, I don't even know how the brain works, so I don't know. I mean, they just don't know yet. Like,
Yeah.
maybe we'll figure it out one day, maybe we won't. There's a lot of stuff that goes on that nobody really, like, it's really hard to understand.
Yeah.
I mean, for crying out loud, like dimensional, we know, like, all right, so let's say that, all of knowledge for science was like a phone book. I think we know like a paragraph down to A's. We know halfway down the first page of A's probably.
Yeah.
It's like, or we don't even get out of like the bibliography or whatever.
Yeah,
Like, we
pretty
get on the
much.
first page and that's it.
We're still
I mean,
in the
we don't really-
ads before we
Yeah, we
actually
don't-
get
we don't know a
into
whole
the
lot.
names.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I
much
mean,
what it is.
I just don't think we know a whole lot yet. So outright saying no, that can't happen is silly. Like, I think what a skeptic should say is, no, it's probably this, but I don't know for sure, because the whole point of them is trying to use science to figure it out. But like I said, if you see a car going down the road, you could say, oh yeah, it's an electric car. That's wrong. It is a car, but it's not an electric car.
Could be these days.
I mean, then of course you get ding dongs who say stuff like the earth is flat, which it's like
Floating on top of a turtle.
I mean,
If I saw a thing that said if the Earth was flat, cats would have pushed everything off of it by now.
that's true.
But no,
That's
well, you
definitely
see,
true.
You see what happened was, you have the turtle that holds the Earth up, and then you have the cat. But see, the turtle won the battle against the cat, and so now the cat's just dead, and now we just have the turtle.
Here's one thing that I super dislike. This is silly, okay? So you hear people go, "Oh, the Earth's not flat," blah blah blah. Then you hear scientists go, "The universe is shaped like a donut." Like, how about go fuck yourself? Don't say it's shaped like a fucking donut. Why would you even say that? Now the Earth is flat, guy always gonna be like, you guys said that it's shaped like a donut. So if you take a round like a sphere and you put it inside of a donut, it's flat. Suck it.
Oh man. All right, what ratings did you guys give this? Did you have more you want to talk about, Eric?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Eric could go off on a rant for fucking days.
This movie's great. I love how imagination opening it is. Like, could you imagine being in a room? So imagine the good aspects of this room. Okay, so let's say you're a teenage boy, right? And the room is a great room. It's like, I want to have this be the best experience you could have. You can imagine what a teenage boy's experience is going to be like in that.
So basically, you need to somehow turn that room to good instead of evil, like it is.
Well, I'm saying, let's say it was that instead of being bad.
Yeah. Then they would never be able to book that. Like, that room would just be constantly booked.
There's just like a bunch of Japanese businessmen in there, just like in a line. You know what I mean? Well, I mean,
About every 10 minutes, you walk in there with the pressure washer.
Well, I'm just saying, even imagine like a 12-year-old girl's, or a 10-year-old girl's fantasy, right? There's just like My Little. I don't know what they like. I'm just gonna assume it's My Little Pony stuff.
Yeah, full of ponies and then rainbows and unicorns and oh my.
I mean, shit. An 8-year-old boys would just be like Infinity Cats with their dad.
I thought you said Infinity Cats, and I'm like, it took me a second for that one. I'm like,
just like a baseball bat and a whole bunch of cats. Like, oh, got him! Oh, got him! That's a sick 8-year-old.
Damn it! Well, it would explain a lot about your family line, though, Eric.
We actually used to smoke out bats and then hit them with a tennis racket when I was a kid, out of our shop. But they shit on everything. Bats are the worst. They just hang there and then shit on you.
That's like poop gold, man.
They think they're all high and mighty with their upside down Batman-esque crap. It's like Joker in your ass, smoked you out. Bam!
Wait a minute. They hang upside down and their ass is on their bottom. Does that just run over their body all night long or all day long while they're pooping on themselves?
Well, I don't care. I think we're done.
Yeah, I don't know.
What rating?
Are the worst.
What rating did you give this?
4 stars.
I gave it, I think, 4 stars.
I guess I'll go 3.
That's a pretty solid Ricky rating.
4.5.
Wow, I can't spell stars.
Spelling SARS again, Steven?
I spelled weird shit.
Giving him SARS.
Steve's all 4 SARS.
4 rats.
I gave this 3.5 stars.
I like these psychological thrillers instead of the I hate gore movies because it's like they're not really scary. They're just hard to look at.
Yeah.
Unless you're a psycho.
Well, that's the problem with new horror movies. Like, you're gonna get a lot of gore. Is the problem?
Okay, well, no, the new horror movies are like, oh my god, I posted something on Instagram and no one liked it. Like, that's literally like they even had it. Okay,
there is that
far off.
They literally had a movie about like phones and shit like that, like with the texting. It's just god damn it, it's getting stupid.
Yeah.
All right. Next week's movie is Kelly's Choice. What are you going to choose?
Yeah, I'm choosing Sleepwalkers, the 1992 movie by Stephen King. Well, influenced off from the book, and
Okay.
it's on Google Play.
All right.
I don't know if I've watched this movie before.
I've
Most
never heard
likely
of
not.
It's okay. You guys
Not-
remember the Silver Bullet movie that you watched?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
It's like that.
But no Gary Busey.
Surprisingly, the Silver Bullet movie had very little to do with the Silver Bullet.
Yeah,
Had
it
to do
did.
with
The whole movie ended on a silver bullet, man.
It ended on a silver bullet, but most of it was just his go-kart like wheelchair.
Yeah,
It was the silver bullet. They don't actually get a silver bullet till the movie's basically over.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool. We had a book / movie recommendation on my Twitch chat about a thing called Brave New World, and I was reading the Wikipedia. What the fuck is wrong with me today?
Wikipedia. Read that Wikipedia.
About it, and it actually has like a pretty cool premise from what I can read so far. I'm wondering if they have like a decent movie about it. Probably not, because I think they have a hard time capturing that kind of stuff. But whatever.
Yeah.
Steve and I could also listen to it. It's
We
kind
could.
of I'll send it to you. But we'll definitely we'll need like a month or two to figure that out because we're doing a scary movie
It's
October. movie.
yeah, our Halloween.
Scary
month.
October, horror October, scary. I don't know. We should figure out a name.
We should
for
probably
it.
give it a name, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Scary
Scaretober.
times October.
Scaretober.
Scaretober.
There you go.
All right, guys. We're going to do this. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you guys like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Heroic Adventure Productions. Go to youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions, twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure, mixer.com/Turkader, and twitch.tv/Turkader Plays. You can follow us on Twitter at HAP Gaming. You can follow me on Twitter at Turkader. You can follow Eric on Twitter at.
Quick and severe.
You can follow Kelly on Twitter at.
Sugar Snuggles.
You can follow Ricky on Twitter at.
Furry Twitter balls.
You can follow Jason on Twitter at.
Unbelievable one.
Go over to twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure and subscribe using Twitch Prime. We are a Twitch affiliate, so if you subscribe using Twitch Prime, that'll help us out. It gives us a little bit of money, and then we can stop doing our day jobs, at least as much as we do now, and do this more often. So that'd be great. Also, there are donate links at the bottom of the descriptions on youtube.com/Heroic Adventure, youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions. There we go. Let's try it again. Twitch.tv/Turkader Plays. And I think there's a donate thing on the Heroic Adventure Twitch, right?
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure. You can email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, and Ricky at hapgaming.com. Each one of those names individually at hapgaming.com. As I said, all the stuff is in the description on youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions and twitch.tv/Turkader Plays. That's going to be it, guys. Join us Wednesday, 7:30. I don't know what we're playing. Might be more Destiny. Might be something else. Might be some Sea of Thieves. Depends on who we got. Also, join us next week as we talk about Sleepwalkers. Sunday, 7 o'clock on youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions, twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure, and mixer.com/Turkader and twitch.tv/Turkader Plays. I forget what the hell I'm talking about. Halfway through, I'm tired. That's it, guys. Talk to you guys on Wednesday and next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
I really just want to be like